Live and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D-Real coming at you with another Be Real with D-Real, where edutainment is what I do. Yeah, so today we're gonna get into a little bit of storytelling. Y'all told me y'all like these little story arcs I did with Black Panther. So I decided I was gonna run it back again with another little issue of mine, a little ditty, little edutainment I feel like everybody should have in honor of what is been going on this week with Moon Knight. And his very, very first appearance in comics ever was up against a werewolf. Yes, the Moon Knight made his appearance, his very, very, very first comic appearance in the pages of Werewolf by Night number 32. Werewolf by Night was basically a comic book about a dude who turned into a werewolf. Horror comic. You know, Marvel was in the 70s, they was on gimmicks. Anything that sold comics was what they did. If karate movies, martial arts and stuff was popular, then they had martial arts comics. If Black exploitation like Shaft and Superfly and the Mac was popular, they had characters that reflected that. And then the horror genre was kind of popular in the 70s too. So this is what was happening at the time. Werewolf by Night. Wow. Looky there. Man, opens up. And Moon Knight's outfit, is looking surprisingly different. And he's got different, accoutrement, it appears as well. Werewolf by Night. Wow. These comics, these old 70s comics, man, they was just vintage. They was just super vintage. Look at that. And because werewolves have a weakness to silver, he's wearing gloves that are made of silver, well, actually a spike glove, and he's busting a werewolf across his dome. I mean, normally, I guess what people were used to seeing in this comic was the werewolf like just wrecking everybody, but you got Moon Knight just busting on the scene, coming out of nowhere, because he's getting paid to do it too, as we find out. And wham, look at him go. He's handling him, pulling out his signature crescent darts made of silver, of course, and he's continuing to work the werewolf. And I guess the werewolf has this kind of narrative in his comic, like the guy who is the werewolf is like recounting what's going on, is what it seems like anyway. And so I guess this is like a flashback he's having of when he was a werewolf at another point in time. And this is like, okay, this is how it led up to where we're at now, because of course it is the werewolf's comic book, y'all. And so I didn't know, I guess you could, if you're going to turn into a werewolf, then probably one of the cool things to do would be to stash you some clothes somewhere so you ain't running around bucket naked. The werewolf apparently is one of those cats that has like those David Banner moments where he's just, the advertisements is he's just roaming around, sad and all of that. And he's talking to his pop and, he's feeling bad about stuff going on. And then they find out Buck got mauled. What? Mauled? What? Huh. And he realizes that it was him. You know what I'm saying? And so now he's upset, you know. And I guess the guy he killed, was apparently, well, he didn't kill him, but was his best friend, and I guess he's in a coma. So again, he's upset about that. And a lot of the comic is spent with him having these recriminations. And that's pretty much what the Werewolf by Night comic book was. When we wasn't dealing with the werewolf directly, we were dealing with Jack Russell's angst. And I guess he hurt his hand. Wah. Sorry, it's your werewolf. It don't matter, bro. And then we find when he comes up in here, Moon Knight's telling him, he's working and he's doing a job and he's been hired to do this job. And that job just happens to be him. And out of nowhere, one of these guys comes and what ain't just idiot guy, but it's his dad or his stepdad rather. And he tells him to run. Of course, we know it's going to take more than his stepdad to beat the Moon Knight, but lucky for him, yay, he turned into a werewolf, so you made it pretty unnecessary for me to have to do this the hard way, or rather necessary for him to do it the hard way. And that brings us back to lots of advertisements, and that's how the battle started. Blam, into the alley, fighting, and here we are once again, back to the darts in his chest. But he decides, oh snap, I still got a little bit of fight in me. But check it out, Moon Knight got skills where he can take on a werewolf and ain't no big deal. Meanwhile, this is a story that is completely and absolutely unrelated to the main storyline at this time, currently. So we shall press on. Back to the action, though. Moon Knight still socking the werewolf up. And that's the first appearance of Frenchie. But Frenchie doesn't look like that anymore. But, you know how we do. So now he's pulling out his truncheon, which I guess is a fancy name for a billy club. But he's handling him. He hits him with his hand. I guess that's the hand he hurt. So now he's like, squeeze, 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 like a puppy when they get hurt. And my man bounces back with the truncheon and lays him down. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the very first appearance of the Moon Knight. What y'all think of that? Was that an interesting story? It's yay, Disney just premiered Moon Knight Week. So this is my tribute to Moon Knight Week. I'm giving y'all the very first appearance of Moon Knight himself. Drop it in the comments. And as always, I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.